The newest addition to Big Red's lineup, Big Red's hot sauce. So this comes in the GOAT box. Pretty sure you can just buy this sauce by itself as well. You don't have to get the entire set. But Mr. Paul Ford over at Big Red's, I mean, I'm a fanatic for his sauces. I think they're fantastic. I think his entire lineup from start to these now are fantastic. Although I haven't tried all of these yet. I've known Paul for 4 or 5 years, and he just dropped and released this set. I want to say it was over last winter or fall, so almost a year ago now. But I don't think it's been quite a full year. Nonetheless, I was going to order them, but I knew I would see him somewhere, so I wanted to save on some shipping and whatnot. And Paul, being the gentleman that he is and the great dude, you know, I bought the box and had him sign it, and I was just going to keep the empty box after I used the sauces in my collection. I keep a small collection of hot sauce and spicy related items, things that just speak to me. It's very small, but this is something I was going to throw in there. When I told him that, you know, he just gave me a secondary box for consumption and review purposes. So thank you, Paul. Much appreciated, really. He gifted me this hat a few years back in San Diego when I met up with him at a League of Fire event. So just a phenomenal guy. His sauces are fantastic. My favorite is probably the Three Kings. It's his hottest sauce. But the Big Yellow, yeah, they're all good. Let's crack this. So the only one of the 4 that I've reviewed already, so that video's on the channel, but was this one. Fantastic. In fact, I was only going to review that one, and it was so good that I had to jump into the red version. What does it say? Say the same thing on here? No, it doesn't. It says the essence of tacos bottled. This sauce captures the bold, savory flavors of your favorite taco, transforming anything it touches. Don't ask how, it just works. Taste it to believe it. BigRedsHotSauce.com. The GOAT, or the Taco Goat Sauce Volume 2. 0 calories. Ingredients on this one: distilled vinegar, apple cider vinegar, serrano peppers. So yeah, this one has a little bit of a jump. But again, he even told me these aren't going to be hot for you. They're not going to be super, you know, but we like flavor too. Yeah, all right, here we go. Onion, water, habanero pepper, dried pasilla, ancho chilies. I like it. Cilantro, garlic, sea salt, lemon juice, canned or bottled, garlic powder, onion powder, lime juice, and cane sugar. Sounds like a winner. This one's going to be a little bit, oh no, you can see it. Some chunks, bits and pieces in here. There's a big red piece there. Beautiful, beautiful color on this. Just a burnt red. The label with all the tacos. In the other video, I kept saying that looked like a pumpkin. It still does, but you can see it's just an angry fucking taco. All right, let's try it. That other sauce, man, was just mind-blowing. It's so good. Anyway, having tacos tonight, so I was like, you know what? We need to dive into these. It's got a rustic aroma to it. The onion and garlic in this one really shine. I remember in the green one, the cumin and the fresh cilantro really came through and spoke a lot. All right, let's try it. Hope everybody's having a good day. Okay, this one's a little bit thinner. Maybe not as texture forward as what that green one was. Although, can you hear that chew? It does have a bite. It does have some texture. That is a scotch hotter than the Verde that I reviewed previous to this. I like this better. It's not as fresh and herbaceous as that green Verde was, but that makes sense. Real hot sauces generally aren't as fresh, but this has a more complex, deeper flavor to it. on my palate for me. And that's why I prefer Rojas, even though I love the freshness of a good Verde. I like the deep, rustic, almost tomatoey, even though there's no tomato in this that I read, but it gives that off. And it was pretty quick. I could tell that this was, a Scotch hotter. It's a phenomenal taco sauce, though. But you know what? This would be good with pasta, pizza. A bite had a little more texture to it. There's like chunks in there. And I like that. I like some body to my sauce. I like some texture. I like to feel that. Wow. It's another winner. This is, and when I met with Paul, hung out for a few hours at his booth and shoot the shit with him and James and his whole crew. And he's like, so you going to try them? I said, no. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I like my reviews to be as many times as I can. There's been a handful of videos where I've tried something before doing a review on it, but I try to the first time. Even with peppers, challenges, hot sauce reviews, food reviews, chips, potato chips, spicy potato chips, things like that. I try to make it the first time. That's what you're getting here. So I told him, no, I don't want to try it. I was already going to buy them anyways, for my collection. And I've tried every single one of his sauces, and he's got a barbecue sauce that's fantastic. He just came out with, I think, 2 years ago. He also just changed all the labels on his entire lineup, except for these are going to stay, I think, how this is. So he's got some new labels out there. He's just doing it right. He's a master craft. Now, I said earlier, it wasn't as fresh tasting as his Verde, and that is true. But there is a freshness to this. There is it hits you right away. You get those lime and lemon juice like you do in the Verde. That kind of does hit you right away up front, but it settles into a nice rustic garlic, onion kind of flavor. And I want to say, I keep wanting to say tomato because it speaks that to me. And I've had this happen before in sauce reviews where there's no fucking tomato in the sauce, but I get tomato. And that's kind of what I'm getting here. So again, if you've never had Big Reds, you guys really got to go support the guy. He's just had a kid. His other son just turned 13, I think, a month ago, maybe. He's out of Phoenix, Arizona. That's where a lot of my family is. If you ever see him at a farmer's market, or he goes to a lot of the pepper hot sauce festivals as well, go by the booth. He'll give you a rundown on the entire, and he'll talk with you. He's educated. He's also been on that show. He won that show, I think. He won an episode or two. That new pucker butt. I can't think of the name. It's a hot sauce cooking show. It's like 20 minutes. You find it on YouTube, where there's 3 saucers, big name hot sauce companies, still craft, I say big name because I'm involved in it, right? And I know a lot of the players. To the average person out there, it's not a big name, but, and they compete against each other and have 20 minutes to make a hot sauce with limited ingredients, blah, blah, blah. Then it gets voted on. So he won that. Hot Sauce Havoc, my man. Okay, I remembered. I'm out of here, guys. I got to end on that note. The show is called Hot Sauce Havoc. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty cool. It's enjoyable. They also do a little spin on the episode where one of the 3 contestants has to do something extra. The one episode I remember watching of Paul's, he had to eat 5 or 6 of the Pepper X Dual chips. That's a lot in the middle of a thing. Those chips aren't super hot when you eat 1 or 2. But you start eating multiples thereof of those, 5 and 6 like he had to, they get hot. Trust me, there's enough powder on there, they get hot. Hot Sauce Habit, go check that out. Also, you got to get this in your life. You're going to love it.